with road users. This is from manual, so I need you to listen. And then we're going to go over all the information. I want to welcome you in. Sharing the roadway. In order to share the roadway with users, we need to understand what they'll do. Pedestrians are always unpredictable, okay? It's really important that you, as a beginning driver, and all of us understand this. Children are small. They'll go between cars. They'll walk out in the middle of the street. You, as a beginning driver, me as an experienced driver, intermediates, we always have to slow down. When you're young, you take things for granted. Oh, the kid will stop. Oh, they won't come out. But the next thing you know, they'll come out. And then you will have blood on your hands. I always believe in being honest to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? And that's really important that I'm honest and I speak with clarity. Okay? So children are unpredictable. They're small. They're difficult to see. If I were you, I'd make a little outline because your test is coming next week. So you can't say, hey, I'm not thorough. I'm not going over this information. So I'm expecting very high test grades. So children are unpredictable. They have poor judgment. They see a car, the little ball ran out. They're going to come out, run out, and try to get the ball before the car comes. You, as a beginning driver, me as an experienced driver, you need to stop. Maybe honk your horn. Maybe look around very slow. Maybe stay to the left side of the road. I always tell you this because we have to be defensive drivers. You have to be aware of schools. If you go by schools, kids are playing. The band, the football team is there. The baseball team is there. Parents are out working out. So, or revving the engine around them because this noise can distract them. So cover important audible clues. Adults who should know better. Adults know better not to walk between. They do because they feel entitled. I'm trying to teach you to live your life through a positive affirmation. Many of you will do this. Some of you won't. It depends on what your mom did, what your dad did, what your teachers did, what your football coaches did, what your basketball coaches, what your basketball coach did. So you need to learn the right and wrong way every single day of your life, okay? Next, audible sounds are important. Adults should know better. Kids will dart cars. Adults will dart between cars. Be that defensive driver. Driving in your neighborhood is the most dangerous place. I always tell all of you this. You need to slow down, cover your brake, start looking left, look middle, look right. You have to look around. If you're not looking around, you're going to run a kid over. And then that's going to be your fault. Always yield to pedestrians. They always have the right of way. Whether they're entering the roadway improperly, avoid blocking crosswalks. I always try to tell you this. When we're driving, stop behind the big white line. That is called the stop line. Meaning you have the opportunity to practice a road test. Stop behind the stop line. I'm about fundamentals. I want all of you to elevate. Third and fourth drive. You have to get better. This weekend when we drive, I'm expecting outstanding driving. I'm expecting you to feel comfortable, but if you don't feel comfortable, I can talk about some things and I will in a moment. It's all a mental mindset. Animals. Animals are unpredictable. I have a dog. You may have a dog. You may have a cat, but we have deer. Deer will come out anytime, day or night. We do not veer for the deer. You have to be very aware of small animals, residential areas, cats, bunnies, downtown areas, rural areas. Sharp braking attention, they're going to rear end you, knocking you into another car. As a state certified instructor, and ask these questions. Instead of sitting back and just not paying attention, ask more questions. I'm very social. I want you to be your best. I want you to live your best life. But if you're just sitting there, looking out the window, playing with your phone, then you're not really learning. If your parents saw that, they will be appalled. They would be like, oh my God, I paid all this money and you're on your phone. I'm just simply saying, you have to, and you have to learn now. If I was boring, didn't say anything, driving, not interacting with you, sure. But I'm very social. I love you. I have that love and care, I'm going to teach you the right way. And if you don't elevate, you're going to be 18, 19, 20, 25 without your permit, without your license, because your parents, your guardians have to trust you. And if your parents and guardians don't trust you, you won't drive their vehicle. I'm only speaking the facts. One of your classmates said, well, I drive with my dad and he expects me to know what to do. Thank you for telling the truth. You don't know what to do. You're going to get with your mom and dad and they're going to say, get in the car and drive. You're like, where are we going? What street am I going to? And if your mom and dad are like frustrated, you're going to get frustrated. You tell me stories in private. You have to assume, I love you, mom and dad. You have to assume your mom and dad, unless you're a second or third teen in the family that's driven, your mom and dad kind of know what to do, right? They kind of know, okay, we need to take it slow in the neighborhood, but they want to put you right out on the road. You know, an expressway, go downtown. You're like, what? Can we drive around a little bit first? Okay, your parents are expecting very high things because I have conversations with them. I tell them what you're doing. And some of you are like, I don't know what to do. And that's fine. I want to teach you what to do. I take pride in that. The expectation is on you. And when I pray, I let you drive. I don't micromanage you. I want you to feel good. I want you to know a second way home, right? I want you to know you should have went on 22-mile road. You should have went on 23-mile road, but you took the back way, cutting through the neighborhood, right? So you have to think and be prepared. Oh, there's construction. Oh, I want to turn around, but you don't know how to make a left turn, or it's an illegal left turn. I don't want you guys to get caught in those situations with other instructors. And I value teaching all of you in the classroom. It's truly a gift. And I want to see it better. We've been doing a lot of right turns, left turns, backing into driveways. I want you better doing your dear brother, but it's going to take work. And if you don't want to work, you won't learn as much. I really take advantage of the day, take advantage of my high energy. You know, let's knock out these things, because once I'm done with this little overview of this information, we're going to hit those assignments. And I'm expecting you guys to have it done. If I don't, it makes me sad. I'll be a little sad. And then I'm going on to the next, because you have an assessment coming up a week from today. And if you don't pass it, it's not because I didn't prepare you. I asked you to take me pictures of your notes and everything. Some of you barely do that. Okay? You getting what you put into the class. A lot of teens just say, oh, it's easy, or adults, it's easy. I'm just going to sit here. Driving is very involved in a lot of patience and someone who wants to learn. Large animals, deer, dogs, if you collide with them, try to hit it at an angle, because usually that's $3,000 to $5,000 worth of damage. And in some cases, you can get injured. So we want to hit things at an angle, side swipe. If a collision with a large animal is imminent, release the brake just before contact. So you're squeezing that brake and release it. You're trying to scrub some of that speed off. I told you I have a car. You're trying to drop off 4, 5, 6 miles an hour, and I'm trying to glaze the wall. Serious. It's going to hurt. I'm having a concussion. So I need you guys to be a defense driver. Let's talk about bicyclists. Cyclists are allowed to use the roadway. With ever increasing numbers, be aware of cyclists. Give them space. Motorcycles. Motorcyclists usually have better training than bicyclists. You should wear a helmet. Some of your parents have motorcyclists. Some of you can not have your helmet. Why would you do that? If you want to be daring, you have shorts on or blue jeans. If you spill and crash, your skin's going to come right off. You're going to have a concussion. A portion of your brain will be gone. One of my students, his mom was a police officer and paramedic. She told me she went to a motorcycle accident. She had to scrape the guy's brain off the street. She told me that. This is a 35-year-old mother of 4. I'm like, wow. Wear your helmet if you're going to learn to ride a motorcycle. Please. Yes. And motorized scooters. These are very popular. You see our senior citizens, bless them. You know why? They have money. You have graduated. You're out of the house. They sitting on $500,000, $5 million. Hey, honey, let's go buy some e-scooters. They go 45 miles an hour. Grandma, grandpa can't stop. We're not hating on them. It's not bad to say grandma and grandpa anymore because they're in better shape than you. You eat 5 hamburgers a day. Your cholesterol is over 700. Grandma and grandpa eat 1 meal a day. They're healthy. They go. Your grandparents, if they live long enough, will have extra money. Hopefully you're the favorite grandchild. And they want to make you happy. Hey, honey, I want to pay for your first 2 years of college. Grandma, grandpa. Hey, honey, I want to buy that house that you've been looking at. I know you're a real estate agent. You do that for me? Well, you've been good. Your grandparents want to make you happy. They might get you a car and your parents might get mad. Lucy, yeah, why you buying her a car? Well, you're not letting her. Your grandparents they're going to splurge on you. If you're the number one grandchild, grandson, granddaughter, they live for you, right? Some of you are smiling like, hey, I'm the number one. Older people on those e-scooters. Neighbor down the street. Those things cost like $3,000. I waved at him. He smiled. I'm like, oh my God. No helmet on. He's about to go 50 in the neighborhood. I'm like, I'm just going home because he won't be able to stop. And he's going to flip and do a face plant. So these vehicles must be operated as close as to the lane as possible. They should be treated the same way as a motorcycle. Commercial vehicles. These vehicles are large and heavy, difficult to maneuver. You need to give these vehicles extra space. We talked about this in class yesterday. They will block your view of the intersection. School buses. Yes, you're out of school, but there are people training. It pays $25 an hour. You got to be over 18. There's a shortage of school bus drivers. You see these buses out driving. And some of these younger drivers, they don't know how to drive yet. Okay? So you got to be aware of school buses. Emergency vehicles. If we see an emergency vehicle or hear an emergency vehicle, get over to the right. They're allowed to circumvent traffic. This means drive through traffic. You as a driver, I need to get over. If you can't, slow down, get to the right, they'll drive around you. Never slam your brakes because other people will rear end you. Yesterday, we talked about the mirrors. The mirror square. When you're in the car, I want to see you sitting up, square, tilt your seat back a little bit. I want to see you frame the rear window in the mirror. Look straight ahead. And then I should see your eyes look up. Your 2 side mirrors, your driver's side. Bring it in so you can see a little bit of the car. And then your right mirror. So when you're driving, you can just use your eyes. And if you have to check, so emergency vehicles have the right of way. We have the move over law. If there is a state police officer, county, FBI, ambulance, tow truck driver, we should try to get over one lane. If we can't, we slow down. We get to the left of our lane because those people who save lives do get killed and do get hit. Work zones, we need to reduce our speed. Over the last couple of days, we saw some traffic control people. They flashed a big stop sign in our face. And then after 30 seconds, the survey. Work zones, U.S. highways are becoming increasingly dangerous because of the workers and drivers. Approximately 35,000 people per year are injured. We don't want to hit a person who's in the work zone. While approaching the work zone, watch for materials, cones, barrels, signs, large vehicles. All temporary signs in work zones are orange, brown, and black letters. We need to know our signs. You're going to thank me a week from today. Hey, I'm ready. I only missed 5. I only missed 2. I missed 0. I'm going to give you a fist pound. It's coming. Whether I'm here or not, your test is coming next week. We have between now and next week to finish, to prep you. Take your time. All temporary science and work zones have orange background, black letters or symbols that tell you what to do. Move to the left. Bump. They tell you what to do. Why are you speeding? How come you're not paying attention? The reduced speed limits are necessary for safety of workers and motorists. For us, we saw 2 workers. They're standing there flipping a flag. What if we didn't pay attention? We could hit them. They're putting their lives on the line for it. $25 an hour, $27.50. Safety tips in work zones. Watch the traffic. Extreme caution. Cover the brake. Some work zones, such as painting lines, road patching. Expect delays. Mom and Dad, I'll be home in 10 minutes. Honey, it's 35. Where are you? I'm sorry, they were working on the road. Construction vehicles. They are found near construction sites. They are very large and loud. Proceed with caution. Many construction vehicles start out slow because of heavy loads. Dumb construction vehicles. You may not be able to see the side mirror. Remember, construction vehicles need a lot of braking distance. Vehicle controls. A multifunction lever. This is for your tilt steering wheel. There's no absolute best way to turn your steering wheel. There's 9 and 3, 10 and 2, 7, and we're turning over the curb. I love the driver's head car. Please don't hurt her. She is sensitive. We have to show her love. 9 and 3, 10 and 2, 7 and 5. I'm trying to teach you the right way. Some of you still, I'm sorry, I'm just nervous. I understand, I'm nervous too with you, but I'm trying to support. And that's what I'm supposed to do. And I care, and you know that. The steering wheel, it controls the position of the front wheels. The horn is in the middle. You honk this in case someone is walking out or someone is backing up. Just a little tap, tap. You don't want to startle someone. Off position. This is for the electrical system. I'm talking about the ignition system. You turn it forward. We still have a key. Many of the vehicles you drive are push to start. You have a key fob. We have a key. And whenever you leave the vehicle, you need to turn the ignition off, put the key in your hand as a habit, and put it in your pocket. The parking brake. This is used in case your car is parked uphill. You want to turn your wheels away from the curb. If the car falls out of gear, it will roll backwards. Might want to listen. If you're parking downhill, you turn your front wheels toward the curb. If the car falls out of gear, it will go into the curb. I get those questions all the time. I'm trying to help you miss 1 or 2 or 3 or 5. Some of you are listening, some of you are asleep. We have to put it in drive. You have to squeeze the brake. You pull the shifter towards you, and you shift it down to D. D is for drive. We have a 3, a 2, and a 1. That is kind of a race mode or lower gear. If we're going downhill, we can shift into a lower gear, or if we're towing something. The trunk release. There is a button on the side. Brother, sister love to hide in the trunk. There is a little handle. It's like a T. Remember, kids love to play in cars, and a lot of kids have suffocated and died. So there's a trunk release. Just letting you know this. Don't know. Let's hold on. The hood release. I had a lot of you check the oil. You pull, it's got a picture of a hood. You pull it, it pops. And then you walk out, you slide your fingers under the hood, you feel a little handle, you push it either towards you or away from you or down or up. I've had you guys check the oil. We talked about mirror usage. I want to review this. Proper mirror usage. Have your mirror centered. Seatbelt first. Have your head straight. See how I'm looking? And then side mirror in towards you so you can see, and then your passenger side mirror. When stopping, check your rear view mirror. Your friend, they're going to rear end you. Slow down, softly. When changing lanes, if I'm making a lane change to the left, I'm going to grab the little steering wheel, make a lane change to the left. I don't jerk the wheel. If I'm making a lane change to the left, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. Many of you don't check your blind spot, and if I'm a car right here, you're going to cut us off. You're going to cut off a car. I don't want that to happen. Check your mirror every 12 to 15 seconds. Enhanced mirror settings. Many of you will drive cars 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 18, or 19. They have a small mirror at the bottom that magnifies the area. Vehicle safety. You got to lock your door when you first get in the car. It's a safety. Sun visor. You want to flip down the visor. And as you can see, I can't see, but if I raise up, I can see now. So protect. We're in summer. It's going to be bright. It's going to be sunny. Okay? So wear glasses, sunglasses. So have that visor. Seatbelt. Always put your seatbelt on. Airbags. There's an airbag in the center of the steering wheel and on the dashboard. Pray they don't come out. Yes, I've seen them come out before, and it's not happy. ABS. We talked about ABS, anti-lock brake system. If a deer comes out, you hit that brake, the computer will pulsate the pads back and forth, so hopefully we don't skid. If we don't have ABS, you pump the brakes. Crumple zones, we talked about this. If this is our car, there's a crumple zone in the left driver's side, front driver's side, passenger side, rear, left side, right, rear side. They're designed to crumple like a piece of paper. If I was crumpling this up, this is what it does. It crumples up to protect the occupants in the vehicle. Backup warning lights. These are your best backup lights. I told you annually people, little kids, over 1,000 kids annually are killed by their own parents. Why? You trust a little 8-inch, 10-inch screen, look over your shoulder. If you see bikes outside and toys, I would get out and look around. I would make sure that kid is on the, you're going to run over their bike. You're going to crush their ball. And now you're going to have to pay for cruise control. The cars today, if you turn it on, it adjusts your distance. Cars are smart today. Lane change adaptation. If you take your hands off, there were certain cars, once they go out of lane, they will turn back. Parking assist, some cars will actually park for you, but you need to learn how to park yourself. I'm really big on this. I want to hit this 9 and 2. Okay. 9 and 3, 10, 2, 7 and 5. There's more than one way to turn the steering wheel. Many of you are putting your hands at an opposite angle and overturning. Well, I'm just nervous. Let me teach you. We did some went to different high schools. We went into the figure eights, hand over hand in, hand over hand out. I need to take more of you to those areas where we're driving around light poles. You turn hand over hand in, you turn hand over hand out. over hand in, you turn hand over hand out. Those of you on your second, third, fourth drive, remind me, I'll get you to those schools. So we're working those fundamental drills. We have to put in work. You have to be over prepared for your parents because they're going to be nervous. They're going to be excited and your heart's going to be pounding because I was. My dad was very quiet in the car. I drove really slow. Pep up, boy. My heart's pounding. I was going too slow. My mother, I was flying. Slow down. It feels like an amusement ride. I'm like, whoa. But I was just nervous around my dad. He was just so quiet. Grandmother, I'm okay. Mother, I was flying. Slow down. You don't want your parents on you, but some of your parents will be more critical of you than me. So you need to prepare for that. Traffic lights. If you can stop on a yellow light, if you can stop in 1001, 1002, 3 seconds, you should stop. If you go through a yellow light, you still could get hit and get a ticket. If you're taking your road test, you have to really be extra careful. Usually lights are 30 seconds. If your light turns green, you look left, you look right, you check. Don't be the first car to leave. Cars run lights, trucks run lights. Green light, a stale green light, the light has been green for a long time. It could change at any time. The crosswalk, if the do not walk sign is flashing, probably the light is going to change, but yet a pedestrian still walks out. Warning signs, yellow, background, black, symbol, red background, white letters, a guide sign, brown and white, blue and white. Feels good to go over this. Double yellow lines you cannot pass, but people still don't follow the rules. Chevron alignment signs. These tell you if it's a really sharp curve to the left, the chevron alignment signs will be on the right. If a really sharp curve to the right, the chevron alignment signs will be on the left. You have to know these things. Area I want to improve on. We will grow this weekend. I'm taking the time to review this, so it'll be in your, okay, I remember he said we're going to go to the school and work on the steering. Hey, can we? Yeah, let's go to the school. Okay, each of I want to practice, even though you're 14 and a half or 15 and a half. I'm preparing you for when you're 16, have 50 hours, and you're ready to take the road test. I prepare you. It takes work. Perceive, decide, decide what to do. Are you going to stop? Are you going to go to the left? Are you going to go to the right? Defensive driving. I need you to be a defensive driver. Why are you going fast in the downtown area? Why are you going fast in the carnival? You see the clown. You see the haunted house. You see the thousands of kids with the little band on. They're not worried about us. They want to get on the little pony ride. Right? You see the thousands of people there. And if I take you over to that area, you're going to be sweating. But there are going to be thousands of people there who will walk right in front of us. So be a defensive driver. Be proactive. If you feel extremely fatigued, you shouldn't drive. If you're tired, you should not be driving. Residentials are the most dangerous area. We let our guards down. High traffic environment, urban driving. I take you through urban areas. Pedestrians, you expected things. I'm wrapping it up. Exiting their vehicles. The door will fly open. Drivers must maintain vigorous visual search patterns. Left, middle, right. Left, middle, right. I'm tired of moving my eyes. Where you're going to run over a kid. You're going to hit someone cutting their grass. The girl is jogging down the street. And you're staring at a car and you just sideswipe the car. Drivers should always suspect unexpected travelers. Roundabouts. We've done a lot more roundabouts. Yield to traffic going in. Drivers must slow down when entering the roundabouts. I'm proud of all of you because you've done a pretty good job with the roundabouts. I'll give you a clap. You've done a good job. Accelerate on the ramp. Pick up speed. Don't look too long over your shoulder. Advantage of highway driving, they carry a large volume of traffic. I like that I'm thorough because the rest of the time you're going to be going over the 215 word questions. Collisions and fatalities are less on the highway and expressway. It's a safer way to travel. Traffic traveling opposite direction usually has a guardrail or cement barrier. They're designed to anticipating driving ahead. The far left lane is the passing lane or the fast lane. If you can't drive lane, when I get you guys out there, you're going to get right into the first lane, and I'm getting into the middle lane, and I want to see you relax. If you squeeze the wheel, it's going to be hard for you. Same thing. I'm using this situation, me and my race car going down the track at 50, 60, or 70. Even though I'm going double what you're going, I just need to hold the wheel straight, and you see my eyes and look straight down the racetrack. If my car's out of the groove, I lift my foot. I am not trying to hit the wall. And it's all a couple times. Adverse driving, rain, snow, fog, reduce your speed. Drive at a speed that is safe and reasonable for the conditions on the road. Potholes are very dangerous. They can blow out your tire, damage your rim. So you want to be mindful. Rain. The first few minutes of it raining is the most dangerous. Why? We have oil, diesel fuel, grit. It mixes together and makes a little paste. People, when you take your test a week from today, I can see who's listening. In my mind, I see your face when I check your test. And I'm going to check your test right in front of you. So if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss more questions because knowledge is power, and I'm trying to give you the knowledge. Heavy winds, gusts from semi-trucks can pull you toward them or push you away. Fog, smog, hard to see. Reduce visibility, decrease your distance, depth perception. Driver's eyes are constantly. We talked about verbal aggression, quiet aggression, rush in if you're late to school or if you're late to the test next Thursday. Your parents are going to speak. I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm going to be there early. You should be relaxed. It should be perfect. You should be chilled. Some of you have test anxiety. I get it. Total aggression is when you lose control. Violence. Leave on time. Drive at the speed limit. Minimize. If your friends are talking, tell them, stop talking. I'm trying to focus. I can't look at the cat video right now. You got to focus on driving. That's why we see so many officers now. Leave space. Don't cut other drivers off. It's called being courteous. Never engage or respond.